publication. When will it end? This is Griim, the message for the people of publication.
Let's discuss the issue that's at hand. These are difficult times to understand. There's been a river of tears that have been cried. There's a file of names lost to life, crossed the line, paid the price. But who is it that made that line that is to be crossed? People of publication, we label a boss. Why and what is the reason? On your knees begging him to keep him from leaving. He adds a question for the police. The answer is he's no longer breathing. Acts of violence, pollution that seems to move in silence, leaving the victims with closed eyelids. Yes, the youth is in jeopardy, drugs and chemicals bringing the melodies and hope to drown out insidious memory. There's a war up in these streets, verbally determined and hope to bring peace. Soothing momentum collides with the beat. Your anger just coincides with the beast. Brutality isn't accepted, but what is the choice to accept it? Because harmony has been neglected. This painful anger is being misguided, and yes, it has been misdirected. Constant coincidence, counting the difference of this corruption, consistent, continuous, comparing constricting chains covered in thorns and laced in pain.
We are gathered here today in the conquest of peace, harmony, unition, to wipe the tear-stained face of our nation. People, this is the time for peace. This is motivation through music, because together we stand, united we rise.
Blood has been spilled, and yes, the problem is real. Families crying on the news just to explain how they feel. But the badge in blue isn't just to blame, cause look at you, you're just the same. You say they do it due to power, but what is your job? What is it you're making by the hour? Last night you killed a man over powder, violent in nature, anger is formed. You're just adding winds to the storm. You murdered a human being over a paper that's colored green. It's the way it is, it's the sad fact. Nobody said these were happy raps, and maybe perhaps let's look at the acts. It's different, you hate it, deny it, just save it. Discrimination, bullying, pushing, call them a fag. You say no violence of the color of skin, but they're putting people in body bags daily over the color of rags. When does it stop? The fights overseas, the battles I see of evil and good. Don't let this peace be misunderstood. Construction, corruption erupting straight into the hands of nothing, because nothing is what stands between this improper balance. So let them hear this from New York to Dallas. This is lyrical freedom, I'm breaking the chains of freedom.
We are gathered here today in the conquest of peace, harmony, unition, to wipe the tear-stained face of our nation. People, this is the time for peace. This is motivation through music, because together we stand, united we rise.
So now get it, this is peace in pursuit. We're building to move. I struggle with demons just as well as you, and that's why I'm standing here telling you tranquility is possible. Just stop being so hostile. The problem arises, we solve it, involving the calling what history's taught us. And look where the anger has brought us. The system of money has completely bought us and sold us. Blinded words that are suit, it told us, and throwing away food that could have been for the homeless and millions of dollars. We know this, but my friend, haven't you noticed that knot of anger has been lifted by government nor the citizen people? The lies, they're all just bullshit. There is no equal, nobody has a soul. It seems that we are all evil cries echo inside of these streets. People, please stop and listen. What would happen if the roles had shifted? Would that man with the cup help you? Unfortunately not, sorry to tell you. The ways of us humans destructive in nature makes you think we are the destructive creator. Why give me hands and fists just to fight? Metals and materials just to take lives. It doesn't make sense, man, this can't be right. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave, home of the people who turned others into slaves.
We are gathered here today in the conquest of peace, harmony, unition, to wipe the tear-stained face of our nation. People, this is the time for peace. This is motivation through music, because together we stand, united we rise.
There are major developments tonight in the case of a neighborhood watch captain in Florida who shot and killed an unarmed 17-year-old. The U.S. Justice Department has now opened a civil rights investigation, and the local prosecutor has convened a grand jury to consider criminal charges.